Hello. So as you can see, my site is currently hosted on render.com. And if I make a request to the homepage, you see that I have what's meant to be on the homepage, Hello World right now. So if I make a request to the courses, so from my MongoDB, in my student database, I have two collections, the courses collection and the personal info collection. So for my Swagger, these first ones are for the courses collection and the second ones are for the personal info collection. So let's try them out. So for the guest request on the course collection, right, so we can see the courses that are in the database. So this is for the get request. Alright, so for the post request, let's just leave it as it is. We'll leave the title as any, code any, instructor any, and department any. So if we send our request, yeah, you see that we get it's all one. You see status code for anything that happened. So it says course created successfully. And then when we go back to our get request and we execute it again, you see that any has been added, and when we go to our MongoDB database, you can see that it has been added to our MongoDB database. And so let's go back to our Swagger documentation. Let's close the get request and the post request. Now for the get by ID. So just come here, grab the ID for the course and get by ID. Try it out, execute it, and sure enough, um we got them by we got elementary mathematics one by its ID, and then for the request, so you are going to use the same ID which we grabbed before, Control V, and so we are going to change elementary mathematics one and stuff like that to any. So when the post request this has been updated successfully. So if we go back to execute our get request, we can see that where elementary math was is now any. So we can grab the ID. Okay, so let's check our database. We can see it has been updated. So let's delete the course. We don't need it anymore. Okay, we're going to try it out. Paste in the ID and send the request. So see our requests type, and if we go to execute the get all requests, you can see that it's no more in our database. If we go to our MongoDB, alright, it's gone. So that wraps up the part for the I think yeah the courses collection. Right, so now for the student personal info collection, we'll passing our get requests, and we get the arrays of the information in the database, and these are status code, and the status code return. And if we post, so we're just going to post any and try it out. I think there should be an error. It says age must be a number, so that's our data validation at work. So age must be a number, let's say 17. And GPA also must also be a number. Let's say 5.0 and execute it. And say our student personal information successfully created. If we go to our get route to get all, and we execute it, find out that it has been added to the database, and let's check MongoDB here. Alright, so the personal info database collection rather. We found out that it has been added to our database. So back to Swagger. Let's get the NA by ID. We're going to copy its ID so that we'll use it for our put requests. Okay, so we're going to get by ID first. So we're passing the ID and execute the request. You see that we get the field that has any. Alright, so for the put requests, we are just going to replace some of the field. So let's change it so that we don't get any errors. So for age, let's put 19. For GPA, put 5.0. And then for name, let's put an actual name. Let's say Jane. And then let's execute that. Let's see, we see that the student information has been updated successfully. We go back to our get requests. We'll see that the field that has any has been updated to contain Jane 19 and 5.0 GPA. So if we check our MongoDB database, there's no information. You can see that it appears there. Alright, so let's go back. So still with the same ID, we are going to pass in the delete requests. Not coming up. Alright, so delete request, try it out. Passing the ID, execute that, and see our status code here. Okay, so it has been done successfully. Go to our get routes, execute that. You can see that it's done, right? So you can also go to our database to confirm that. Yep, and sure enough, we're back to having just two information or two fields in our database collection. Alright, so you can see that this is the data validation for the course collection, and this is the one for the personal detail collection. And if we come to our Swagger JSON, you see that I have the status code, the appropriate status code for each request. For each request. Thank you.